Are you PCSing to JBLM and just don't know where to start? Well, today I'll be giving you tips and tricks to help you make this PCS move a stress-free transition to JBLM. So stick around. Hello, fellow military families. I'm your trusty JBLM realtor, Katrina Halterman, a broker located in Washington State serving JBLM and all surrounding areas. As a fellow military spouse who's gone through the troubles of not only PCSing to JBLM, but also buying a home sight unseen, I understand the struggles and hardships of this huge transition, and I want to help you avoid some of the pitfalls that our family had encountered and give you some advice on how you can make this move smoother for you and your family. Today, we're diving into the nitty-gritty of PCSing, also known as permanent change of station. Whether you're a seasoned PCS pro or a first-timer, I've got some tips and tricks to help make your move smoother than ever. So let's jump right in. And first things first, let's talk pre-planning. As soon as those orders drop, or even before, if you're a proactive rock star, which of course I know you are because you're watching this YouTube video, start doing some research. Lists, my friends, are your new besties. Make lists for everything. Lists for the movers, lists for the kids, lists for your random collection of snow globes. You get the idea. Tip number 2 is having a box of essentials. If your PCS experience ends up being anything like my PCS experience, this will be the holy grail for the entire month you're waiting for the movers to deliver your items. Yes, I said it. We didn't have our things for an entire month. So pack your pillows, blankets, coffee machines, air mattress, electronics, table, chairs, pan and spatula, toilet paper, shampoo, conditioner, soap, toothpaste, and all other must needs. Drop it in the comments below if you experience anything similar or have a PCS horror story of your own. Now, let's talk about the often overlooked but crucial task at number 3, updating your accounts and addresses. It's a big deal. Many folks tend to let it slip through the cracks in the chaos of moving. Here's a pro tip. Tackle this before you even make the move. Start by notifying all the key players. I'll jot down a list here for you to keep your things straight. Your kid's school, if you're a parent, your banks, any local credit unions, student loans, insurance providers, medical professionals, and utility companies. They are the heavyweights in the address change game. And so this leads to tip number 4 is to organize a folder with all of your important documents. Ensure you have a designated folder for your top essential documents that you'll need during your move. While it may seem obvious, the stress of relocation, particularly for long distance or overseas moves, can lead to oversight. Begin assembling this folder early. Include documents such as your LES, vehicle registration, marriage certificate, death certificates, tax-related papers, and receipts for potential tax deductions. Many people may already consider this, but it's also a crucial step that some might overlook. Additionally, consider placing a power of attorney in the same folder. This prevents the frustration of searching through boxes when urgently needed. Keep the folders with you at all times. Perhaps in your car if you stay in a hotel between drives. Bring it with you to avoid the risk of theft or loss in case your car is broken into. This precaution ensures a smoother move experience, sparing you from unnecessary stress. Here's a bonus tip. Make sure you've got a digital copy of all important files, whether on a portable hard drive or up in the cloud. Cover your bases in case those physical copies go MIA or take a beating. It's a step that often slips the mind, but trust me, having a backup is a game changer. It's wise to have everything backed up. Even if you think you'll never need it, consider it your safety net. Keep those digital copies on standby. It's a small move that could possibly pay off big time. And now let's dive into the critical task at number 5, which is managing your medical appointments. This is a game changer, guys, especially if you're headed to a place like Madigan, where tales of long waits for new patients abound. Don't play with fire, especially if you have an ongoing health needs or routine checkups. If you've got a chronic condition, an annual checkup looming, or you're transitioning during the school year and your kids need a physical, take care of it before you PCS. Scrambling for an appointment right after hitting the base can turn into a medical appointment nightmare, and we don't need any more stress, do we? Get all your medical certificates, health lists, and shots sorted out beforehand. And hey, don't forget about your four-legged friends. Schedule their annual appointments before you hit the road. Tip number 6 is giving the heads up to schools and, more importantly, your little ones. Now, if you've got kids, this one is for you. As soon as those PCS orders drop, reach out to the school pronto. It's crucial, especially if your kiddo isn't on a base and leaving midterm isn't the norm. Don't procrastinate. The sooner, the better. Heads up allows both the school and your savvy teacher to prep your youngsters. Kids are perceptive, and if you're jittery and throwing off their routine, they'll catch on. So include them in discussion early on. Get those little minds ready for JBLM and the Pacific Northwest. Show them pictures of the base, talk about all the pros that Pacific Northwest has to offer, like the Puget Sound, Mount Rainier, Space Needle, ferry rides, and more. Moving can be stressful for your young ones, leaving pals behind and stepping into a whole new world. So break the news, show them the possibilities, and let's turn this move into a thrilling journey for the whole family. Now let's tackle step number 7, which is to clear out those perishables. Now I'm sure you're aware that the packing crew won't be taking your half-empty cereal box. Do yourself a favor and finish up all those perishable items before the big move. Why hassle with sorting out what's packable and what's not? It's just an extra stress you don't need. Plus, here's a pro tip. If you've got items that are still good but won't make it to your new home, consider donating them. Schools, homeless shelters, they'd appreciate the contribution, and it's a win-win. You lighten your load and the community gets a boost. It's a small act that goes a long way. Tip number 8 is to plot out your travel and share your route from A to B. Safety first, folks. Give the heads up to folks at your departure point and, if applicable, your new base sponsor. If you're settling into a new home, keep your real estate agent in the loop. Finger crossed that it's me. For friends or anyone in the know, sharing your transition journey, even on social media, is a smart move. Safety is key. Keeping someone informed about your whereabouts, especially if your entire life's possession are riding shotgun in your car, it's just a smart move. Regular check-ins, attacks, here and there, it's a simple safety measure that's well worth the effort. Stay smart and safe. Tip number 9 is to secure a power of attorney. Head over to JAG before your departure and set up a general power of attorney. This becomes particularly handy for the active duty member who will be knee-deep in processing tasks. Meanwhile, the spouse is left dealing with the household nitty-gritty, registering cars, handling school enrollments, and all that jazz. Whether you're both on it or one spouse is elsewhere due to the usual active duty shuffle, having that power attorney is a game changer. Make it a general one and feel free to slap an expiration date on it. Set it to expire around a month after your JBLM report date. That way, if there are any stressors or hiccups, you've got a clear expiration date in sight. Reach out to JAG and get it done. It's a small step that could possibly pay off big time. With tip number 10, we're diving into the household inventory game. It's a meticulous, vital task. As soon as those orders drop, Start crafting a detailed list of everything you'll be moving. Begin with the most valuable items. Whether you prefer pen and paper or an Excel spreadsheet, go with what works for you. Don't rely solely on the moving crew's tags and lists. Have your own comprehensive inventory. Make it a growing list, especially if you're in a career that involves frequent PCSing. Every time you snag something new and valuable, add it in. This ongoing list serves multiple purposes, including the crucial need for insurance coverage. Attach values to each item: your sofa, your desk, dining table. Why? Because in the unfortunate event of damage or loss, you want to be prepared. Filing a claim can become a breeze when you know exactly what's missing and its worth. Take a lesson from those who've been through the ringer. Having a well-documented inventory streamlines the process and saves you from scrambling in the worst-case scenario. With tip number 11, let's talk base housing. If living on base is your plans, make that call early. Reach out to Lincoln Housing. They're the go-to folks for this. Living on base has its perks. Easier commute and whatnot, but here's the deal. If you've got the option to live off base, weigh the pros and cons. Reach out to me or a property management company for insights. Now, if you're set on living on base, try to snag a spot on that waiting list pronto. It's notorious for lengthy wait lists, especially for larger families or depending on your rank and the desired neighborhood. Jump on it as soon as those hard orders land in your hands. This is a big ticket recommendation I got for you. Now, tip number 12, let's talk about safeguarding your valuable with AirTags or GPS trackers. Take charge of packing your valuable box. Pat it well, toss an AirTag or GPS tracker in there and sync it with your phone. Label the box with its content and voila, you've got a virtual eye on it. Why, you ask? Well, consider the horror stories of folks who unpacked everything except a couple of mystery boxes. With your trusty tracker, you can spot exactly where those missing items are. With tip number 13, let's talk about packing those car essentials. You know, the must-haves for a smooth ride. Toss in car chargers, snacks, water, first aid kits, and just in case, a map for those unreliable phone signals. When driving long distances to a new duty station, you want to be prepared for anything. Now, if your journey involves winter driving, especially over the mountain passes to JBLM, don't forget your car chains. Buy them before you hit the mountain. It'll save you a bundle compared to buying them at the bottom of the pass. Tip number 14, let's talk about decluttering and donating. This is your chance to bid farewell to all those unnecessary items. Be a donating champion. Give as much as you can, whether through a group church, a pre-move yard sale, lighten your load. Nothing is worse than hauling stuff you don't need to a new place with uncertain accommodations. Unsure about your storage situation? Get rid of the non-essentials, old baby clothes, unused furniture. This is the time to part ways with them. Make this move a refreshing start. It's all about simplifying and lightening the load. Next tip is to stay hydrated and energized. Tip number 15, let's dive into the reality of moving. It's physically and emotionally draining, no doubt about it. Now, if you're someone big on fitness, here's a crucial tip. Stick to your routine. Amidst the chaos, carve out time for a run, hit the gym, or whatever keeps you moving. Try to maintain a schedule close to your usual routine. It works wonders. And here's a reminder, stay hydrated. It's easy to forget, especially those long road trips and flights. Dehydration under stress is a recipe for getting sick, and nobody wants that, especially when moving across country. We're now on to tip number 16, which is a biggie. label all your cables and electronics. Head to the back of your TV, grab that trusty blue painter's tape, wrap it around, jot down exactly what each cable is for. Whether it's a jungle of cords for a computer equipment or a mishmash behind your entertainment system, labeling is your saving grace. I get it. In the comfort of your settled space, you know exactly which cord is which. But come moving day, when they're all tossed into a box, confusion kicks in. Don't let it happen. Grab that blue painter's tape, a Sharpie, or even a regular pen. Write down what it is, wrap it around the cord, and toss it in a box. When you unpack in your new spot, you'll thank yourself for this simple yet genius move. Tip number 17 is a crucial one. Set up child and pet care for moving day well in advance. Do it when you leave and do it when you return. Having a running toddler or an escape-prone pet during the chaos of movers going in and out is a stress you don't need. Whether it's finding a trustworthy neighbor to keep an eye on your kiddo or tapping into the JBLM spouse page for childcare assistance, plan it out. And don't forget your furry friends. Consider a pet daycare service or sites like rover.com to ease the pet situation. Moving day is stressful enough. Add a bunch of kids running around and you've got a recipe for chaos. Now on to tip number 18. The emergency preparedness kit is a must-have. Make sure you've got flashlights, batteries, a basic toolkit, and a basic first aid kit. Don't wait until you're in a crisis to realize you should have prepared for it. If you don't want to build one yourself, head over to Amazon or Walmart and purchase a basic one. Better to have it and not need it than the other way around. Tip number 19 is to familiarize yourself with the area. Before your actual move, take some time to Google Maps or Google Earth and explore your upcoming neighborhood. Dive into the digital landscape and familiarize yourself with local attractions, parks, schools, various amenities. Consider joining a local Facebook group. These platforms often serve as a vibrant hub where community members share insights, recommendations, and the pulse of daily life. Delving into these online resources will provide you with a valuable preview of what your new community has to offer, from noteworthy landmarks to recreational spaces and educational institutions. You'll gain a comprehensive understanding of your surroundings. And tip number 20 is to learn about JBLM services. In your journey to acclimate to life at Joint Base Lewis McChord, or JBLM, it's crucial to get to know the services available for you on base. These services are designed to cater to the diverse needs of military personnel and their families. Understand the services offered on base, from healthcare to recreational facilities. Familiarize yourself with the commissary, exchange, the base's gym, and other essential services that can save you time and money. Tip number 21 is to prioritize your vehicle maintenance for a smooth journey. If you're planning on embarking to your new adventure by driving there, ensure that your vehicle is in optimal condition. This requires a reliable mode of transportation. Schedule that maintenance inspection, check your fluids, and refill if necessary. Inspect your tires and rotate if needed. Get your brakes evaluated and check your battery health. This step could be your saving grace. And tip number 22 is to stay flexible. Expect the unexpected. Plans change and flexibility is key. Whether it's a weather delay or a last-minute change in orders, maintaining a flexible mindset will help you adapt and overcome challenges. Rather than viewing disruptions as roadblocks, consider them as detours leading to new and unexpected adventures. So be adaptable and try to have fun on this new journey. Now, the last tip number 23, is to maintain a positive attitude. Our final tip is that maintaining a positive attitude during a move can turn the experience into a more enjoyable adventure. Instead of getting bogged down by the challenges, shift your focus to the exciting opportunities that lie ahead. Embrace the unknown with curiosity and excitement, understanding that challenges are temporary roadblocks. There you have it, folks. 23 tips to conquer your PCS move to JBLM and beyond. I hope these insights make your move a bit more manageable. And if you feel like I missed anything, please drop them in the comments below. I'd really love to hear from you. And hey, if you're considering a move to the Pacific Northwest or anywhere else, and you want a real estate partner who understands the unique needs of military life, I'm here for you. Hit that like button and subscribe for more real estate and military life insights. And remember, you're not just finding a new home, you're creating a new adventure. Until next time, stay positive, stay flexible, and happy moving. Bye for now, friends.